are why.
iPhone 11 comes in 6 new colors.
iPhone 11 breaking records.
Yellow, green, black, and product red.
Infighting amongst the Democratic Party.
Of what they cannot stand about Washington. That's an election. You know, this is what we're...
Raising children gender neutral.
Need help or you doing it yourself?
It's all happening out tonight. Join us on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Special guest host, DJ Citizen James. Special guest host, Starlit Sky. Special guest, David Quinones of the Gay Vista Social Club. With our host panel, lifestyle expert Napoleon Plays. Trans activist Aaron Phoenix. Reality star Chef Josie. DJ D-Bell Power Infinity. DC Log Cabin Republican Joe Brookman. And our moderator, Al Ferguson. It all starts right now, live on It's Happening Out.
Well, good evening, America, and we are so happy to be with you here. Another episode of the most popular live gay talk show in America. It's Happening Out. I'm Al, as you know. I just got off a plane 5,000 miles from Alaska, and I'm so thrilled to be back with these people. I have to start before I say another word about something that happened last week.
Oh, finally.
I wasn't here, and all of these guys and production created I think, in my opinion, a world record. The largest live gay weekly from a live gay show ever happened last week, as 556,745 unique viewers watched It's Happening Out. And I won't say I'm bitter or anything not to be a part of that record.
So in honor of that record, we have a Shangela box coming in, and we're going to put you in it and ship you back out and break that record again this week.
And of course, that comes from my mate in crime, who was the host last week, Napoleon Plays. You did a great job last week, as all of you did. As I told you, It's Happening Out. We have a great show tonight. We're coming from Wilton Manors, Fort Lauderdale, Florida, the gayest place on planet Earth, and one of my favorite places on the planet, and that is Bubbles and Pearls Restaurant right here at Wilton Drive. Woo!
Very tasty. So good.
Owned by my other mate sitting on the other side of me. I'm so actually, you're the one I'm really happy to see, because I missed you, Chef Josie, here at Bubbles and Pearls. Now, remember, we would like to thank right at the top the Best Western at I-95 here in Fort Lauderdale. They hosted Power last night, coming down from the nether regions of the north. Yeah. And Best Western, we thank you very much for your participation in It's Happening Out. Remember, the records that you're seeing, we've had over 3 months. We're coming up on our 1-year anniversary, but we've had over 3 months. Every single show, more than 500,000 viewers. How that is happening is you're sharing us and you're liking our page. And in fact, we want to show you how to have a watch party tonight to watch with your friends the content that we're going to share in our show tonight. And Napoleon did it. Watch this.
When viewing our live show in your app, please click share. After clicking share, your screen should change and you can then click watch party. On the next screen, you can write text to your viewing audience and then click Start Watch Party. You've done it. Enjoy your party.
So please, make sure you like us right now at one of the social channels for It's Happening Out and start a watch party. That really helps propel us to new people in our community all over America and the world. Let's introduce really quickly our guest host with us tonight, and of course, the drag queen, celebrity impersonator extraordinaire, Starlet Sky. Starlet, good to see you again.
Hi, everybody.
Sky. You did a great job the last time you were here. I laughed and laughed and laughed.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're
Thank
funny,
you.
actually.
I'm kind of funny.
And your accent's funny, too.
Wow.
Just saying.
Wow. Straight in there.
Right
Straight
into it. And another special guest next month, It's Happening Out, is going to do a live broadcast at Hialeah Pride. We're going to tell you about that more about that later. But one of the co-founders of Hialeah Pride, a very famous DJ here in South Florida, DJ Citizen Jane, is with us here today.
Yay! And around the globe.
And around the globe. Yes.
Probably past that too.
And we're very happy to have you with us tonight. Welcome
you.
to
Very
It's
happy to
Happening
be
Out.
here.
Yeah.
I love this show.
Yeah, we're going to have a great time. All right, well, let's jump right into the show. We always begin with the meme of the week, and we have kind of an edgy meme this week. I know this is going to come as a surprise to all of our hosts and everyone in America, but our meme of the week probably has something to do with Donald Trump again. Whoop. Our meme of the week, as you can see, pussy ass bitch in chief. Thank you. And that's our meme of the week. Okay.
I thought it was like German reading Miss Tegan. I thought that was like Miss Teigen or something that was like a German word at first. I completely misread that meme.
And
that
we
brings a whole new meaning to the cat in the hat. You know what I mean?
A cat in the hat. Yeah.
You get it?
Remember I said you were funny?
Wow. Wow.
All right.
Wow.
The
And
cat
we
was
are
adorable,
off to the
though. I feel
races.
bad thinking of it like it's Trump.
Always
Wow.
at the top of the show, we also do the best thing of the week. And we have an interesting video that we're going to show you that we thought at It's Happening Out was the best thing of the week. Watch closely the best thing of the week.
Hi, fellow white people. Are you having a sad because that family's enjoying a picnic in the park while being black? Did that customer in front of you just speak a language that makes you irrationally angry? Well, this is a great time to try. Mind your own f***ing business. With Mind Your Own f***ing Business, you'll be able to grow the f*** up and act like a decent f***ing human being. Our patented technology allows you to pull your head out of your ass and see the world beyond the brim of your MAGA hat.
Hi, honey. I saw some black people at the Starbucks today.
Did you mind your own f***ing business?
I sure f***ing did.
Stop bothering those nice people today with Mind Your Own f***ing Business.
Side effects may include not harassing people, no one getting arrested or murdered by police, a general sense of well-being for people of color, a lack of internet fame and or trolling and coexistence. Please consult your doctor if you are still a piece of after minding your own f***ing business, as the symptoms may be a result of a deeper problem and require further treatment.
Now available at Anthropology and Whole Foods.
How appropriate. Best thing of the week. You know,
Like, where can I get a case?
that's exactly right.
That would be over the counter.
We all need a
That's
bottle of
over
that.
the counter when you can buy it at CVS. I'll tell you one place that you can't buy that. Alaska.
Oh.
Let me tell you right now, Donald Trump has already won the state of Alaska. The returns are already in. The state is almost completely red. They love Donald Trump in Alaska.
Wow.
I'm
Does that
scared.
shock y'all?
I'm scared of what this episode is going to be.
You know,
with all
I've
these
been
new
there,
Alaska
and
facts.
it's a land of the lonely man, so that makes much sense.
Yeah.
It's
All right.
beautiful, but lonely.
It is beautiful, but lonely.
Polar
Actually,
bear
the women at the table would do really well because there are 7.5 men to every 2.5 women in Alaska.
Oh, or gay men. Sounds like they do great
Yeah,
there.
but they're
I mean-
MAGA men, so.
Yeah, right, exactly. All right.
We're those log-cabin Republicans when you need them.
There's
That's where
lots
Joe
of
has
them.
been.
Yeah.
Secretly.
Yes. And by the way, I'm sorry, I was going to do this at the end. Joe Bruckman, we miss you. Aaron Phoenix is off tonight. We miss you. We look forward to seeing both of you again soon. All right, let's play a game. Let's play I Swallow That. America, play along with us. It's our shot game. It helps me get through the show. Probably you too.
And it helps other people get through you as well.
I swallow that is, wait, dude, I've been gone 2 weeks and you're still not
I
funny.
know. I've had all this anger built up.
All right, got
You've
it.
just been relaxing in like a jacuzzi or whatever you do in Alaska.
Yeah.
Did you know that Live Proud vodka is a high-quality product? It's extra smooth. It's gluten-free for all of those.
Yeah.
That's like for you, man.
That's-
Right? You're
yeah.
gluten-free and GMO-free.
Won't cause a
so,
problem.
you know,
You're the
organic.
national brand ambassador
I'm the
for Live
national
Proud,
brand ambassador,
or do you
yeah.
just start throwing out sales pitches on anything that you see? Live
No,
Proud
no.
Vodka, Josie
Yeah.
is a great Chef Josie's great brand ambassador for Live Proud.
It's good
and
vodka,
that's what
it's
we're
easy.
getting ready to do shots of. Now, here's how it works, America. I'm going to ask the host a question. If they agree, they take the shot. If they don't agree, don't touch the shot. Everybody understand the rules? America, we encourage you to play at home. Get some Live Proud vodka and play right along with us. Ready? Question number 1.
All righty.
I'd swallow that. There is someone on the panel I believe would make a great politician.
I want to point out, this is why I don't believe everybody should be allowed to vote. If you all think that.
I want to see if we all think it's the same person.
Let me fish for real quick. The obvious answer is going to be me.
Old white guy.
Why is it about you?
Oh, he's resting
All right.
up.
But let's go to the less obvious answer. A great politician says almost anything, and so therefore falls into Facebook prison hundreds of times. Howard, could you run for political office?
You did well on the debate today.
No, I couldn't get out of jail enough to to even make a campaign rally. But my answer would have been Aaron.
Aaron could run for political office.
He did write that bill for trans
Yeah.
rights.
Would have to move to a different state.
Why?
Because I don't think Florida could do a trans state senator or U.S. senator or House representative.
The question wasn't would he make it?
Oh, you're right.
would he
yeah,
run?
that's
Great
true.
politician.
Oh, he
Oh, he
could
would
be.
do-
Yeah,
Oh,
thank you.
okay.
That's a
Great
good
politician.
point. Good point. All right. Anybody else?
I'm going to take one now. I think Josie could. She's very good at mediating and trying to hear all
agree.
sides and trying to make sure that everyone is involved, even people that are crazy and their opinions don't matter.
Yeah.
She thinks they do, and that's why she's good at it.
Napoleon, it's
Thanks,
funny you mentioned
Napoleon.
that because I touch and push her all the time.
Touch her.
City
Wow.
Council, Wilton Manors. Sounds really good to me.
I
All right.
agree with Josie.
All right.
Plus the bow tie. I mean, come on.
I
Yeah.
hear there's a possible seat opening up, so you know.
All
I don't
right.
have enough to do anyways.
Let's move on to question number 2. Question number 2. I'd swallow that. I have broken the law in the last 30 days.
Take it. Take it. Take it.
Take
And now you can
another
swallow. Take it. Good.
Wait, here, you take mine too.
Hey.
all of
I
them.
know.
Oh, go on then. Why not?
So do you take a shot for each one? Because then you can just keep them rolling. If that's the case.
Just
All
bring
right.
me the bottle.
Now, Power,
boy.
you let's come back to you. It seems to be a trend. You're in jail. You're in Facebook jail, and you've broken the law. What was the law you broke?
Well, I'm not going to tell you the law I broke, nor am I going to tell
Was
you
it
where
sodomy?
the bodies are buried. But broken the law as far as Facebook is concerned. I put up a GIF of Donald Trump sucking Putin's dick. So that landed me in jail.
And Jared has an image of this. No, just kidding. It's not coming up.
And Sky, you broke the law. What did you do?
I break every law. Look at me. I'm fabulous.
That's
you
the
know,
law.
on most shows you could get away with that, but this is it's happening out. What law did you break?
Oh, I don't know. I can't say anything because, yeah. Stop pushing. Stop pushing. No.
All right.
I don't know.
Anybody else?
I've probably broken a couple.
Is anybody going to admit the law they broke?
I think I ran a
Absolutely
red
not.
light sometime this week for sure.
I took the
I
shot.
definitely was speeding as well.
Wait, this is progressing.
Yeah.
And drinking at the
Keep
same
on, keep
time.
on. There's
Whilst
more.
talking on a cell phone.
And there were babies in the car.
I passed my shot to Sky, but in Anchorage, I ran a red light. And it was not until the other people in the car said, Al, do you know you just ran a red light on Main Street, Anchorage? No, I didn't even know. Just did it.
How could you miss it? It's
Listen,
all
it's
white,
dangerous
and then
for
you
me
just have a
too.
light
Because
color.
I saw a green light go on the other side, and I thought that was me for some reason. I wasn't paying attention, and I totally floored it.
See, I can use that excuse because in Britain we drive on the other side of the road. I'm going to remember that one. Next
think-
time I just looked over there.
I think this question would have been better next week since you'll have been back for a week then, and all of us will have had one more week to commit something that we've been thinking of for a while. So.
See, that was a murder joke.
Not a murder joke, kidnap joke. I just put a ball.
An S&M joke. Right. The fetish thing. I remember the fetish conversation.
Don't minimize my sexual preferences, sir.
All right, let's move on to I minimize almost everything about you.
You can attempt to.
All right, question number 3. Question 3. Ready? And you're going to, in a moment, tell us a little bit more about Live Proud. Question number 3. I'd swallow that. My opinion has changed on an important topic since I've been on this show. My opinion has changed on an important topic. Oh my God, I'm going to come to
It's almost like a stalemate.
I'm going to come to Power on every question tonight. Power, tell us why nothing we've talked about for the last year has had any impact on you at all.
Because, bitch, I'm a strong bitch, and I say what I say, and I mean what I mean, honey.
Yes.
Ain't nothing changed.
Nothing changed.
Ain't
All right.
nothing changed.
Did anybody else
Mine
drink?
would be, yeah.
Nope.
You drank?
Yeah, but you
What-
know, listen, it just falls into the socially conscious part of me that is accepting other perspectives, and
That sounds like a non-answer, Josie.
well, no, listen. So along those lines, so is Live Proud Vodka. That's probably why I'm the national brand ambassador, because we're both socially conscious. On top of that, they actually live proud because they donate $1 from each bottle to nationally recognized civil rights organizations.
Yeah, that's cool.
So-
I really like that. That's one of
Wow.
the things that most interested me.
What a way to segue into that.
Yeah, exactly. Napoleon, I'm curious. You've been Power and Napoleon have been. We're getting ready to celebrate our 1-year anniversary. Power and Napoleon, along with me, have been with the show from day one, hour one. Has anything changed in your thinking since the show began?
Absolutely, and especially it's funny that Josie brings up Live Proud Vodka because I used to think all vodkas would cause a hangover, but now after trying Live Proud Vodka,
No, dude.
I'm not going to play it more right
No,
now.
dude.
Of course,
No.
my opinion's been changed in the last year. Honestly, a lot of it, my opinion on abortion changes on a regular basis. Quite honestly, after having now a lot of friends that were either in a situation where they had to decide or that were adopted in the first place. I've long had a back and forth with that. But my opinion's changed a number of times on different topics, usually social,
Well, give
occasionally
me
economic.
an example of something you participated in conversation. It's happening out that changed your mind. Give me an example.
Absolutely.
Just one.
Sometimes I think that Trump actually makes sense. I think that even one time Joe convinced me that that was the right thing to do, or that there might be potentially a reason to build a wall. I'm having some doubt on that right now.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, that's interesting.
That's
to me.
very interesting.
Yeah.
I'm going to get booed. I'm going to be off next week.
They don't.
Important topic.
America, you can't hear it, but there are people at Chef Josie's Bubbles and Pearls that booed that observation.
No important topic for me has changed, but I will say, being on this show, one thing has changed for me, and that is I've realized that it is possible, probably not very probable, but it is actually possible to actually appreciate or be friends with or be friendly with somebody that is a Trump supporter.
Yeah.
Because before the show, I actually would not have anything to do with it.
You know, and this is it's probably going to shock you. I want to say again, Andrew Brett, I like, and I became friends with.
Yeah.
And that really surprises
Yeah.
me because he has very radical
Yeah, he's the
observations
one I'm
and
thinking
opinions.
about. Like
yeah.
Andrew and I actually get along. We
Yeah.
just don't agree, but I actually like him, and,
Yeah.
and that's a surprise.
So when you weren't bitch slapping him, you were hugging him.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Or just not talking. But
Hey,
Joe
girl.
was just chiming in that he agrees with Power, too, that's
Yeah.
the one thing that's changed.
Yeah.
Is, crazy assholes like yourself.
All right. Question number 4.
My words, not his.
Let's move on to question number 4. I'd swallow that. I have been recognized in my everyday life by fans of It's Happening Out.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Tell me, Sky, you've hosted now. This is the second time. You tell
The
me about
second
it.
time. The first time I hosted, I had a lot of people that I knew from various bars and, seeing other people at the grocery store, and they're like, "Oh, Sky," they know me. And they were like, "I saw you on It's Happening Now." So they were watching. It was nice that they saw me, and I was like, "Well, thanks. Come to my show then, too."
Yeah. Spend some money on Sky.
Don't
Right.
sit at home watching your phone. Come out.
Tip.
But it was no.
Tip Sky.
It was nice to be recognized. People know that I'm strong. I'm very
I
strong
love
in what I
that.
say, and I'm not shy about what I say.
Right.
And I don't hold it.
I have to tell you, interesting, a little bit of a different twist on the question. I liked you before you did the show. I became a fan of yours after you hosted just that one show because you were amusing, but sometimes there can be a stereotype that performers aren't as in the moment about what's going on in the world as they should be. You impressed me because you were on so many topics and subjects, and because of that, I became a fan of yours.
Well, see, I just have this outlook on life, like
and
everyone.
people should applaud that.
Well, yeah.
Right.
And you're welcome. No, but I have this outlook on life that everyone is their own person. Everyone can do whatever they want to do. If you don't agree with it, you don't have to be friends with them. You don't have to be around them. Everyone is an individual. Just let them think what they want to think and say what they want to say. As long as you're not like killing someone or, really committing a crime.
Yeah.
Like Facebook jail. I mean, that's a crime.
The philosophical comments that come out from a simple bar question.
But,
anyone else in terms of an interesting recognition?
I'm not used to people recognizing me from this show because I've spent 25 years in nightlife internationally, and people recognize me as Power. But to me, it's weird when somebody comes up to me and says, "Oh, I recognize you from It's Happening Out." Not from the years in the circuit party scene, not from DJing, not from performing, but from It's Happening Out. A couple of weeks ago, we all went to Ramrod together.
I know.
And what you guys didn't know, I went up to the DJ. He was playing some hot beats. And as a DJ myself, I was appreciating it.
Wait, let's give him credit. DJ Pup Rocket.
Oh, Pup Rocket!
Okay.
Yay!
Pup Rocket.
Hey.
So I went up to him and I said, I introduced myself. I said, "Hey, I'm really living for your beats." And I said, "I'm Power Infinity." He said, "Oh, Power Infinity from It's Happening Out?" And that really took me aback because I'm not
DJ to DJ, but DJ to host of a television
It's Happening
show.
Out. Yeah.
Right.
So yeah, this show might be doing a little something for me. I don't know.
Yeah, me too. I was at Lucky's today, and I have a fan at Lucky's. His name is Vince. Hi, Vince. And he pulled me out one time and just said, "Oh my God, thank you so much for doing the show." And I also get a lot of recognition because of Top Chef.
Yeah.
And so I thought that's what he was talking about. But he was like, I go, "Oh yeah, like, what show are you talking about?" And he said, "It's Happening Out. You guys are talking about things that matter." And for him as a gay man, it was really important, and it was so cute. Plus he's Filipino.
Nice.
I had an interesting experience this week. I haven't because I'm just back. Nobody would know this yet. In Alaska, Sunday night. I didn't miss you at all, by the way.
Thank you. So moving along.
Sunday night,
I had an experience.
Sunday night, I was at Denali National Park, and I was at a restaurant right across the entrance of the park to Mount McKinley, tallest mountain in North America. And I was in a restaurant bar, imagine me in a bar, called the 49th State. And somebody, as I ordered a glass of beer, somebody said, "Al, you're Al." And I said, "Yes." "I have watched you on It's Happening Out in Denali National Park." It was like, ooh, this is kind of strange. Anything else? Are you done?
Am I done? I haven't started. Is your story that interesting? You have to end with me. So I'm gonna keep
as
talking
we end,
as I cover the mic. It's happened in person, and those can be kind of cool. But actually, when it's most interesting is when people on Instagram or on other social media reach out, and then they start talking to me either about their kinks or their own the parts of themselves that they hide, that they either have more questions about or just are excited that I'm so open and comfortable talking about different parts of my sexuality or my past. And that's where it's really exciting, is when people ask for things that can help them in their actual life.
You know why?
Not just being recognized.
You know why I love that observation and y'all's observations is it's so important, I think. Honestly, I do.
Yeah.
To have a forum where we can talk about everything. Not just drag queens, not just about drinks, not just about dicks. We can talk about everything. And all of your observations of recognition in one way or another relate to that. And I think that's fantastic.
It's Happening Out is then certifiably LGBTQ plus for sure, right?
Culture.
Yeah.
Well, interestingly enough, so is Live Proud Vodka. And
Is this where we all smile?
yeah. Recognized by the NGLCC, so that's the National Gay and Lesbian Chamber of Commerce, who is, they're the I wouldn't. Okay, they're the authority. I'm giving it to you guys. They are the authority on LGBTQ plus businesses, and also just to like leave us on a good note. Go out and get some Live Proud vodka because they were just recently awarded the SIP Awards silver. It's called this Platinum Award, and this is like the Nobel Peace Prize of vodka. So
wow.
We're going to help get it everywhere, and soon it's coming to Wilton Manors.
So request it is what
Cool.
you're saying. Go in, request it from the store.
All right. Well, we're showing you the logo for Live Proud Vodka. I love their logo with the
fingerprints, your identity,
of their identity. Let's move out of our game. I'd swallow that and move into celebrity hot topics. Lots of things are in the news this week in hot topics for celebrity. First off, RuPaul. Ever heard of her? Ever heard of him? RuPaul this week wins a record 4th consecutive Emmy for Best Host of a reality show. We congratulate RuPaul.
That's epic.
We wanted to show you a little bit about Ru's acceptance speech at the Emmys. Watch this.
Drag is dangerous. Drag is not politically correct. It is not. Because drag requires people, there's a superficial aspect of drag which people say, oh, that's cute, oh, it's mainstream, ha ha. But the deeper level of drag is all about you're born naked and the rest is drag. Because it's this idea that you are not your body. You are an extension of the power that created the whole universe. That's drag. We are all God in drag, and that is a radical thought for most people to envelop because the ego says no, I'm whatever it says I am on my driver's license. No, you are bigger than that, and that's why it can never really, the bigger story behind drag can never really be mainstream. The superficial, oh, makeup, wig, ooh, girlfriend, oh, girl, ooh, girl. All that, sure, but the deeper level, no. Everyone in this room is in drag. With your bow ties and your pussy bows and your Rwanda, everybody's in drag. Yay! Hey, look at all you drag queens. Hi, drag queens. Thank you so much. And look what I got. Oh my God. All right, see you, bye. Haha. Pussy bow, pussy bow, pussy bow, pussy bow.
How does he say it well? We're all drag queens. I
look
love
great
that.
in drag, Al.
Well, right. We're okay. We're all drag queens.
Some of us embrace it a lot better than others.
Exactly. Some are better than others. Exactly. Speaking of RuPaul, and we've recently talked about all the shows to come. Britain's coming. Australia's coming. Season 12's coming. All Stars 4 or 5 is coming. Lots happening. If that wasn't enough for Ru in Celebrity Hot Topics, RuPaul's getting ready to take over Sin City, of course.
Yes.
And there is a new interactive drag race competition starring Drag Race alumni coming with a holographic integration of RuPaul in the show because Ru doesn't get into drag unless she's being paid. And it sounds like it's going to be a lot of fun at the Flamingo Hilton. Let us show you a little bit about what Ru is doing in Las Vegas.
If you love watching RuPaul's Drag Race on TV, you ain't seen nothing yet.
That's right, Mama Ru is bringing her girls to the Strip.
Coming to Flamingo, Las Vegas. It's RuPaul's Drag Race Live. The queens are wild.
Some of the best known drag queens from past seasons of RuPaul's Drag Race will be right here on stage in Vegas.
Get ready for the most sickening eleganza extravaganza in Las Vegas history.
The pads, the wigs, and cartons of contour will load into the Flamingo showroom starting in January.
Ooh, girl.
You heard those alarms going off. Yeah, it's going to be hot.
I can't wait to see it. We keep our fingers crossed. We'll broadcast It's Happening Out from Las Vegas.
Let's do it. Yes.
Can I be a host that week?
Yeah. We'll no.
You're committing.
I would like to say shout out to my sister Coco Montrese, who has been up my ass about this RuPaul Las Vegas residency. So congratulations, sis. I love you.
And to piggyback on that, lots and lots of the Rue girls from the show are going to be in this live show in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
But in addition to Coco, who's a Tampa Bay girl, I also want to congratulate Derek Barry. Derek's been in Las Vegas since the dawn of the dinosaurs, and I love that Derek's going to be one of the big headliners in the show. So congratulations to you, Derek. Any thoughts on Las Vegas? Quick thoughts?
I would go when I'm there. Already there.
I love the idea. When I went to Vegas, it was one of the first places I went to when I came to the US, and I love. They used to have a drag show there called Divas, which Derek Barry used to be in as well, and I think Coco was there for a while. And it was a fabulous show. You know, it's not a drag show per se, it's a production on stage.
It's also giving like a nod to the Flamingo for continuing to be the home of the drag queens on the
like
strip.
way before
thank
it
you.
became mainstream.
Frank Marino was a institution for almost 40 years.
So now they get to benefit from some of this
Yeah.
success of
It's
being
great.
a friend to the LGBTQ community.
It seems like we, in Celebrity Hot Topics, need to continue the RuPaul train, but in a little bit of a different way. This week, big news of Farrah Moan from RuPaul's All Stars. She slammed Ariana Grande on her social media for stealing her look, claiming that Ariana had stolen her look and basically had a lot to say about it. Watch this that we prepared on Farrah Moan.
And you know, I honestly had no idea that my tweet was going to blow up so much. So one thing that I have noticed, especially since doing Drag Race, I've been able to build a lot of connections and friendships with designers from all over the world that are underground, that don't have the platform to have, you know, celebrities or whatever wearing their stuff. And it's too often a subject where I'm seeing friends of mine having their own personal designs stolen from multi-million-dollar names and brands.
Okay.
Well, interesting because Ariana Grande has been in the news at times about looks being stolen from her. What do y'all think? Is this much ado about nothing?
This is like Ego Wars.
Yeah. But you
they
know
should
what?
start a new reality show called Ego Wars.
Do you know what?
And it's just like all these personalities trying to get a moment in the spotlight. I don't know.
Exactly.
Who fucking cares? That's what you get. You know, when you're like on TV and you're a trendsetter, people are looking up to you because, you know, they want to see what you're wearing. They want to see what you're doing. And regardless of, look, people don't have to steal anything from anyone. Why don't we just give credit? Like, hey, listen, I love your jacket.
I agree with you. And
you know what I mean? And I'm rocking it tonight, okay?
I'm gonna
and
take
it's
it off
back
right
to
now.
the Hollywood who rocked it best.
There
You know,
might be-
like, that's fun, you know?
There might be some merit to that. And yeah, everyone knows I'm not the biggest Ariana Grande fan. I'm happy to say she's wrong whenever she's wrong. But there is a problem with theft from minorities, and in this case, queer communities. I'm not sure if this is the standing example of that, because it's honestly just an honestly terrible-looking dress that I can't believe somebody would want to replicate.
It's an interesting observation, but let's take it one step farther. Don't you think that there's some hypocrisy here when Ariana Grande sues Forever 21
I
for
mean,
stealing
absolutely.
her look?
Yes.
That's what she did. What's the difference?
Well, the thing is, look, okay, it's very simple. There are plenty of material shops around the world that stock exactly the same materials, okay? There are a whole bunch of people around the world that go into those shops and see those materials. Some people are going to have the same idea. That's it, okay? Ariana Grande with Forever 21, I can kind of see it because that's her look. She is known for that high ponytail. I mean, that's a rip-off of Ariana Grande. It's like we have Ariana Grande in the store.
It's called Madonna, 1980.
Well, that's all Ariana Grande does is, I mean, most great artists steal from other people.
Yeah.
That's what she's known.
But is it stealing? That's the whole thing. Is
She
it
can pay for
stealing?
anything.
I'm
Or is it
curious.
I'm not sure
inspiration?
she
Is it
should sue them.
inspired by?
If it's
you
her,
know?
it's stealing.
Right. I'm curious, Sky. Being a drag queen and a celebrity impersonator, have you stolen looks?
Of
Would
course.
you say you've stolen
Of course,
looks?
yes, of
Do you
course I
ever
have.
give credit for the looks
Of course.
stolen? You do.
Of course.
Right. So it's borrowing. as
Yes, it's
opposed to
borrowing, and then I may change it to something that works for me a little bit better. You know, it's inspiration.
Now,
but if she's impersonating somebody, that just goes without being. That just goes
Yeah.
without saying. Obviously, she's borrowing and
Right, but
taking
take that
the
a
look.
step farther.
But
Tonight she's not impersonating. Are you stealing a look tonight?
I'm working this look tonight.
Yeah, you are.
you know, I think on the bigger picture is A lot has been taken from our LGBT community by mainstream stars and not given the credit. The problem is not that the look or the style or the effect has been stolen. The problem is that it's been stolen and not given credit. That is what I take offense to.
I have to piggyback on that. I have to give Power credit, because in the ballroom community, Power has made this point so clear that so much has been stolen from the ballroom community by celebrities, by American
society
culture in general, and the observation has been very consistent. It's the credit that's not given.
See, and I don't understand why someone won't give someone credit. It's not difficult.
Yeah,
It's
well,
ego war.
I want to take the same opportunity
Last thought
to
here.
throw it to you, Citizen Jane. When you're involved in the creative process, and especially with music, so much of it is sampling from other things. What is your opinion about where the line is?
I frankly
Taking
don't
credit.
like looking like anyone, so I don't like shopping like in regular stores, and I like creating my. I mean, I'm not like Power Infinity. That's amazing. That's a different.
So just
story.
the assumption or statement that it is not yours.
He's
is
got his
yours.
own creative look.
But please allow me to challenge that. As a DJ, is there someone that you have admired, or multiple people you have admired, and you have sample borrowed either style or music from them? Have
Absolutely.
you done that before?
As far as style and music, yes. There's many DJs that I admire that I will sample their music. But as far as fashion, I love fashion, and I love creating my own looks. I don't like to look like anyone else.
Okay, but my challenge to you is, why is it any different in your field versus an entertainer that is in a fashion field? Isn't it?
But I will give credit if
You
I
do.
am. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And as DJs, when we are taking or sampling or whatever, there's a difference between taking a inspiration from somebody, because everybody does that, and then making it your own.
Mm-hmm.
There's a difference between that and totally taking something and 100% and then claiming it's your own.
Exactly.
That's the difference.
Yeah, you know,
Yeah, the claiming it is your own is the inauthentic
exactly.
piece to this.
Yeah. Yes.
That's where the ego comes in
Yeah.
and starts to tell you that, oh, I'm the man,
Awesome.
I'm this, I'm that, you know.
Interesting. Yesterday, I listened to about 2 hours of Eminem. Coming from
What?
From I love Eminem. He's one of
you?
my favorite artists.
Yeah, we just like sit here
love
and be like,
Eminem.
yeah.
That's what he thinks he is, Eminem.
I
He is
hadn't
supposed to
listened
be.
to him in a while, and so much of his music was sampled. I was riding with
Yes,
somebody
it
that
is.
did not hear music from the 70s and even the 80s, and I'm going, oh my gosh, listen to that and listen to that. And I thought, oh, that's brilliant. And he credits them of going, this guy or this girl created this sound, and I just made it new again. And I thought, great. But he credits them. Which
I'm now getting an image of you sat on a plane with a cap backwards in like a big jersey listening to Eminem going,
That's
yeah.
what he sees in his stuff. You know that poster
Like,
of a little cat looking at a
I bet
lion?
you don't get recognized
wait.
as Al from It's Happening Out Then, do you?
Wait, don't destroy my credibility. All right, let's move on. Other things in celebrity hot topics. Let's talk about Jerry Falwell. Jerry Falwell, and pictures have appeared here
that
in South
queen.
Florida of him being at Miami's circuit party. He insists that they are fake. A photographer has been able to produce further evidence that they are not. There has been lots discussed about Jerry Falwell. Now, first off, to all the millennials that are watching us, Jerry Falwell's father created Liberty Baptist Church and Liberty University and the Moral Majority in the late 80s and the early 90s, and was among the #1 voices against the gay community in the world. His son leads Liberty, now the university and the church, a mammoth, the Moral Majority. Perhaps you've heard of that. What do y'all think about the news that's being reported on Jerry Falwell Jr.?
Where do we start?
I know.
Firstly, everyone has a doppelganger. Okay,
really.
There's always someone who looks like someone. But I mean, girl, look at him. Look at him. That's a big old queen.
Yes.
She's in Miami sniffing video head cleaner, and
That's why I think it's interesting. I want to go down to Miami now, get some party up, meet the right person, a little Prince Charming, who knows? A Jerry Falwell Jr. Prince Charming. You know, I'll be down there.
You
I'll
know,
eat.
growing up in a Christian home, this is the kind of stuff that annoys me about organized religion, okay? Because this is the kind of stuff that makes you not want to be Christian, even when your soul and your heart feels like you want to be connected to something bigger than yourself, and you've grown up knowing the powers of it. You come then and you see this kind of inauthenticity leading these moral majorities, and you sit here and you think to yourself, why am I following this church? And it makes young people think, because that's what happened to me. I started thinking about the leaders in my churches and in my community, and I started to realize that Christianity was not defined by these people, and they're still not defined by these people.
Can I challenge your observation?
Josie for politician.
Let me challenge your observation. Is it not possible that the double standard that you've just pointed out, if it is true, and this is the double standard, the hypocrite, is it not possible that these moments challenge you to break out of having to follow that stream, that you can be a Christian and recognize he's a hypocrite, but both can go on at the same time?
Yeah, well, that's why I am a queer spiritualist, okay? And that allowed me to explore religion, explore spirituality
Okay,
in
so
a
you're
different
not
way.
rejecting all of Christianity.
Oh, no, absolutely
you're
not. I
pointing
never
out
could.
you're pointing out.
You know, I would like to point out that honestly, this is really, it's kind of sad. It really is sad, because when you look at where we've all come in our journey, some of us had a harder time coming to terms with who we are. But the fact that now I am free, gay, and proud, and I live my truth, it's such a wonderful, wonderful, amazing feeling to be in your truth and to live it. And to think that we are still in 2019 at a place where somebody like him, and let's be honest, he's a motherfucking queen, to know that there's somebody like him that still does not feel like they can be open and true about who they are. It's really sad. And I wish that, I keep saying this, and I'm going to continue to say this, I really wish that there comes a day when every single person can really be who they are and it not be an issue that we are gay, straight, bi, no matter what it is. You know, it really is sad to me.
Power, let me challenge that observation in a different way. If he came out in any way, if he accepted who he was in 2019, it would likely destroy the financial Falwell empire.
Mm-hmm.
So he is forced to be who he is because his revenue life depends on it. Now, it's hypocritical.
That is a shame. That is a shame. And I would say to him, all that be damned. Because at the end of the day, all that money that you have, all that financial empire, you cannot take that to the grave with you. Life is too short. You need to suck dick and be happy about it.
Cash out, money.
Yeah.
Cash
It is a
out.
shame. Yeah, it's. I watched on the plane flying from Alaska just today, the Avengers Endgame, and there's a line in it that is so beautiful. I'm going to probably mess it up, but it's one of the things that Tony Stark was taught by his father. Not a single dollar was able to buy a second of time.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the
That's
observation
true.
I think
Very
you,
true.
it's a great observation. Let's move on. Two final quick topics, just really quick observation on. First, in Celebrity Hot Topics, Madonna. Madonna this week has banned cell phones at her concert.
Of course she did.
Now, we thought that was interesting, and we're reporting on it because she's not going to allow you to have a cell phone in any Madonna concert going forward, but she has been notorious in going to other concerts and using her cell phone, even in pictures. Any quick thoughts?
Well, quickly, I just want to say, what are those thousands of people going to do for the 3 hours while they're waiting for her to turn up to do a concert?
Exactly.
Because once you've spoken to the person on your left and the person on the right, you're bored.
Yeah. You know, it's funny that you say that. It's a funny joke, but it's true. I've been to Madonna twice. In Miami, we sat for 3 hours for her to show up at American Airlines Arena. And when she finally showed up and the entire arena booed her, she said, almost an exact quote, "What the fuck are y'all talking about? This is Miami. We're a late night city." after making her fans wait 3 hours.
I think it's the time that we just take away that we call her a gay icon. She's a person that was influential before I was born.
Well,
no,
I mean, we can't go that far.
No,
Okay, let's
go
not
that far.
What you're all doing
Napoleon
right now.
just took the train off the track.
I'm not. What you're all doing right now is telling
bitch is
somebody
late.
that
That's all
acting
we're
this way
talking
is
about here.
appropriate. And I think
America,
that's ridiculous.
You just learned what millennials think.
That these are all pussy ass bitches that will sit here complaining about her, but they'll still revere her. That's so contrary. I'm not. You can't sit here and say I love Madonna. I hate that she shows up 3 hours late. Why does she think she can say this about cell phones? But I'm gonna go. I want to be there. Choose a side.
We're
Jesus.
so thrilled to have guest host
Bitch,
Sky
I'm
tonight.
Madonna.
Her new title. Please change the slide before the end of the show. Sky Beckett, pussy ass bitch. Let's move on to topic number 5.
Do you know what I like about you, Al?
I don't.
Nothing.
All right. I got it. I love you.
I don't want to sit here
All
anymore.
right. Final topic in celebrity hot topics. Sam Smith. Unless we really want to talk about it, Sam Smith. He has officially insisted. This is important. This week, being referred to as them or they in binary terms.
Yes.
What do y'all think about the redefinition? Sam Smith is doing it.
I have something to say.
All right.
I did a go live on this this week. This is getting a lot of talk. It's getting a lot of talk and conversation among our gay community.
Yeah.
Even people that are usually pretty progressive are not understanding. I have to, what I said, and I'll just sum this up really quick. You might not understand where he's coming from, but it costs nothing. It takes zero, nada, zip, zilch for you to at least give somebody respect. If you love them, to at least give them what they want. If he says he wants to be referred to as them or they, give him that. Simple, period, point blank.
That's
End
an
of
interesting
discussion.
observation. Anything else quickly on Sam Smith before I move on?
It's a habit that you have to go through it because it takes time. It takes a moment to start adjusting to calling someone they or by a different pronoun. But that's the process in your head. You're readjusting what you know them to be.
I said quickly, however, I've got to throw out the challenge. This is exactly what's driving insane a significant percentage of the population, let's say 30, 40% of especially the conservative, MAGA, etc. The focus on the pronouns drives them insane, just like the bathroom conversations. What do you think about that? That are we going too far in pushing this in terms versus trying to bring them into our fold? Is it having negative effect on us?
Language is fluid. Language is ever changing. And so it is a little bit challenging to me as an older queen, but still, like I said, if I love somebody, I'm going to give them that respect. And like I said, language is ever changing. So if today they and them, or yesterday they and them might have meant plural, now it's all about gender non-conforming pronouns. If that's what it is, if that's what it's changing to, okay, I'm with it.
And
I don't really have a problem.
A lot of words Trump uses bigly offend me. It doesn't mean that I'm right and he shouldn't use them. It is something that we have a different opinion about. Who cares if they're offended?
All right.
I'm going to be dumb, though, right now, okay? Let me be dumb for a minute.
All right.
I was just talking with my friends this week. Gerald McCulloch, he was down, and we were watching his movie, and we were talking about this. And it's in conversation with everyone, but it's like they, them. If we want people to understand why we use the pronouns they, them, like they, them is a whole, it's understood by the majority of society, like you just said, as a plural, right? So it's like, what am I referring to? You and your multiple personalities? Is that what we're going for? You have to understand, we have to, dumb this down a little bit because sexuality, are the sexual spectrum, our sexual identities, all of that fun stuff that we in the gay community are pretty familiar with is not familiar for most of Americans.
Yeah. And we want to show respect.
Yeah. So it's like we got to figure out how to take this languaging and how we have to take this understanding and dumb it down for the average American.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm adding.
Yeah, because it's so easy to offend someone, and it's not trying to offend them, but you don't know. You don't know what someone's feeling inside unless they're wearing a label saying what they are. So,
Yeah. I would say to those that ask and require for people to refer to them as these pronouns, have a little bit of patience. Have a little bit of patience. Some of us don't want to offend you, and some of us respect, like myself. I will respect and I will try. But if I mess up, just know that it was a genuine mess up. It's no disrespect. And at the same time, don't be a bitch about it and, be nasty when somebody makes a mistake.
Yeah.
It's
I
education.
completely. I have said that 50 times since I've started It's Happening Out. Because I tell you, I'm probably one of the greatest offenders because over the course of the last year, it has been like going to college in relearning my gayness.
Yeah.
Because there were
fun.
so many things that I didn't understand were important, and I continue to relearn. It's interesting to me that as I'm committing to trying to learn, some of the harshest critics that I've had have been in my own community and not giving me that opportunity. We want to move out of this into Happening Now. Yeah. And Happening Now is our trending breaking news alerts. First off, we want to tell you on September 20th, it's been announced that a climate strike is happening. Global corporations, multitudes of young people and adults are going to be taking to the streets to bring attention to the global climate crisis. Watch this of what we prepared on this global strike.
People should be involved in the strikes in September. We need everyone, adults and children, no matter who they are or where they are from. Once you fully understand what is happening, then you know what is required from you, what is required from the system to achieve the changes.
On September the 20th, the young people around the world are calling for workers to join them.
I think this is very important that we are asking for help from the adults. We actually need them to do this with us. So on the strikes on the 20th, it's very important both as a young person but also as an adult to actually strike from your work too. I think that is the least we can do. It's such an urgent problem and it's affecting people living now. We want to stop this from happening and to make sure that we have a safe future.
Please join us in September.
So Friday, September 20th, the climate global strike. Any quick thoughts? We've talked about climate change a lot.
Participate. Even if you're not able to get to somewhere where walking out might make as much of a difference, post on social media, get people aware, just make this a social event, bring up the news with everyone you talk to. This is a crisis. We need more words spread on it. We need to take action. Get up and move.
If I participate, nobody cares anyway, because the power in Washington, which starts right at the White House, denies the science. So if I participate September 20th, what value is there in my participation? Because it's not going to go anywhere.
No,
what do you think about that?
There's a ton of value. There's a ton of value.
Why?
Because it's a humanity living together and working together. Whether it's noted or not, it's you doing the right thing.
And I want to add to that, too. You have to get up and get active, and you have to get used to doing that. Not every action you ever take is going to have some sort of consequence in the positive or negative sense. But you have to get used to getting up and getting your ass out to do something. And this is part of that. This is part of that habit that you're going to start creating. Get up and move. Do it.
What you're talking about is visibility, and it's a part of the action that we take because we can go out, we can protest, and when we all, as a community, as a unified humanity, go out and show our force, that means that we're coming together as human beings.
Is anybody jaded on the fact that the entire scientific community of the world agrees on this subject and it's not making any difference at all?
That we have no actions that are being put forth to fix
I
it?
love the millennial go get out and do something. I love that observation. But is anyone kind of pessimistic and jaded on the fact that we've been doing this for years and it's having no impact at all?
Because everyone just thinks, oh, it's fine. It'll solve itself.
And I refuse to perpetuate that kind of thought because, yes, it has existed, and there are a lot of people that have sat around saying that for a while on a lot of issues. But you can sit down or you can start taking action and you can keep forcing it to happen. And that's ultimately all you can do.
Can we all agree at the table that climate is important?
Yes.
Do we all believe it is?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so we've answered our question. We're doing something September 20th. All of us are doing something.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, we're participating. We're all agreeing that participating is valuable in the strike, correct?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Let's move on.
And let us know in the comments below how you're participating.
Happening now. Trump impeachment. Have you heard it? It's being discussed left and right now in terms of the impeachment. We've prepared something about the impeachment hearings and what is going on. Watch this.
So you confirmed that you were asked to obstruct justice.
No, Allison, please. That's not what I confirmed at all. By the way, the Mueller report was very clear. There was no collusion. There was no obstruction.
That's not what the Mueller report said, Corey.
It absolutely says that. And
Corey.
you should read the page that states that on. And Bob Mueller
Wait a second, Corey. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Time out. Did you read the Mueller report?
No, I never did.
Then how do you know what it says?
Because the members of Congress were very clear about what was in that report yesterday. And so I'm reiterating what they stated.
No, Corey, sorry.
Did you read the report?
Corey, of course I had to read the report.
You read the entire report?
Corey, of course I had to read the entire report. And let me tell you what it said. Here we go.
That's not the Mueller report,
Here are the
Allison.
examples. When the president asked Comey to let the Flynn investigation go. When he tried to stop Sessions' recusal. That's the one that you were involved in. You may want to read that part. When he fired Comey. When the president tried to remove Mueller. When the president tried to get Sessions to limit the probe. That's another one you were involved in. When he obscured the purpose of the Trump Tower meeting. When he asked Sessions to reverse his recusal. Asking him again to deny attempts to remove Mueller. Trying to influence cooperation of witnesses, including Flynn, Manafort, and Cohen. Those are just some of the examples that scores of legal experts say are obstruction of justice.
Next.
Okay, well, it's going on. My broad question for all of you and happening now and our review of this is this something we should be focusing on with the election 13 months away?
No. Sure, we should be focusing on all of it.
Why?
Why?
Yeah.
Well, because as far as the Democrats are concerned, every single opportunity to get news or information out, even though yesterday was a shit show and he was the dingleberry in the pile of shit, every single opportunity that we get at least reveals a little bit more to the American public, and the American public is the one that has to make that decision in 2020.
Okay.
So I appreciate the fact that we got some information.
I completely disagree with you, Power. We already know that what Trump is going to do and how he's going to act. We all know that there are people that want to impeach him and that are not. All that he's doing now is what he's masterful at. He's distracting us with this process while he gets something else done. Next week, it's going to be illegal to take a breath without reporting it. And it's something that he's going to push through because we're all fixating on this part of the problem of impeach him. The bigger the deal is with getting him out of office, the more I'm scared of what he's doing behind office currently.
Do you think it's interesting that Donald Trump's approval rating is so low, but 20% higher of the American people that do not even like Donald Trump say, no, don't impeach him?
Well, can I just say one thing? You know that old saying of any publicity is good publicity? Mm-hmm. The more we talk about him, and he's in the news every single day. He's tweeted every single day. He's on Facebook every single social media, everywhere. The more, all we're doing is giving him more and more power because we are making him more and more
relevant.
Famous.
We're making him relevant.
Yeah. We have to report it.
Well, but he has to be relevant. He's the president. He affects.
I know.
I know.
Unfortunately,
we point out as it relates to Trump and happening now headlines. Elizabeth Warren has had an anti-corruption rally 3 miles from the Trump Tower, and 20,000 people have turned out for the anti-corruption rally. This is a central topic, impeachment. I'm sure we're going to talk loads on. Let's go into our headlines. And our headlines this week. First, the third Democratic debates took place this week. A lot of infighting. It increased a lot. Let's watch this video, kind of giving you a summary of what happened this week.
This is why presidential debates are becoming unwatchable. This reminds everybody of what they cannot stand about Washington.
That's an election. You know, this is what we're here for. It's an election.
Yeah, but a house divided cannot stand.
Democrats tried to contain the mudslinging among them after the debate's first nasty churn about whether Joe Biden's health care plan would automatically enroll people.
Are you forgetting already what you said just 2 minutes ago?
They do not have to buy in.
You just said that. You just said that 2 minutes ago.
The senator has, in fact, come forward and said how he's going to pay for it, but it gets him about halfway there. I, who wrote the damn bill, if I may say so.
Hell yes, we're going to take your AR-15, your AK-47. We're not going to allow it to be used against our fellow Americans.
Instead of saying no, we can't, let's say yes, we can. And now, President Trump, you can go back to watching Fox News.
Well, it's heating up clearly. I'm very curious. A very significant percentage of America watched the debate. I'm curious here at the host table. Who is your leading candidate so far from what you've seen? We've had 3 debates so far. Power, who's your leading candidate?
Still Biden.
Joe Biden, still. Josie?
Wow.
Warren.
Warren.
I'm between Warren and Kamala.
I pick one.
Okay, then Warren currently is the front header.
No comment.
Headliner.
No comment at all. You're not satisfied on any of the 10?
I'm not sure yet.
Okay. You're still definitely undecided.
I'm not sure.
That's an answer.
Warren.
Warren. Really? And just real quickly, what is resonating about Warren? Because it's happening in the gay community. Over Mayor Pete. What's resonating?
I love Mayor Pete, and he's not polling as strongly as Warren in terms of how he's showing up. I think he is completely.
Well, I'm not talking about Pete. I'm asking about Warren. What is
you
it
just
that's
asked me right now, right
resonating
here.
about Warren?
Yeah.
What is resonating for you?
She's coming from like a down to earth human space, and that's what's resonating with me. She's coming with experience, and I really feel like she's thought about everything. And we need a thinker in the office right now. That's what I'm saying.
DJ, I'm curious. What?
I totally agree with what Josie said.
Yeah.
Actually.
About Warren.
More
Any other
familiar.
thoughts on Warren?
I think other people like her, and that's ultimately all that matters, because we just have to choose someone correctly. But it's not going to happen if we don't choose correctly, because most people are going to end up voting for Trump.
I ask you for a simple name. Now I'm going to ask you yes or no. Are you concerned that if Warren is the nominee for the Democrats, being pegged as such a socialist, it is going to be a path for Donald Trump being reelected?
Yes.
Which is why my choice was Biden.
So you're concerned, yes.
Yes.
Yeah, very much.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yes.
Anyone.
Here's the problem that we as Democrats are facing. I know for myself. To choose the ideal candidate versus the practical candidate.
Yep.
The ideal candidate for me would not be Biden, but the candidate that I feel could win and could beat Trump is Biden. So, and that's the dilemma.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, wait. With that soundbite that you've just given, one final question on this topic. Do you want to win the election to defeat President Trump more than the candidate that gets nominated as the Democratic candidate? It's more important to defeat Trump than who the candidate is. Is that yes or no?
Yes, for me, yes.
For me, yes.
It is more important to keep Trump from doing more harm than any good anyone else could do.
So you've confused my question.
Yeah,
yes?
Absolutely, yes.
Yes?
100% yes.
Yes?
Yes, I just want Trump Batty.
My goodness. Look
Bye,
at
girl.
what we have
Yes, girl.
identified in the gay community, the gigantic confliction we have in our community, because all of these answers contradict each other.
But we all agree on the same thing, that someone needs to beat him.
Yeah.
Someone needs to get him out.
Okay, but until we agree, if Elizabeth Warren can't do it, then you've all disagreed and contradicted yourself. That's the question that I'm exploring here. And we have plenty of time to do this, but that's what we've just explored in 2 minutes.
Warren Buttigieg ticket.
I
There we
said
go.
Biden.
You said Biden. All right. Let's move on into other headlines. Apple. A new iPhone, surprise, surprise, is coming. Apple 11 and Pro, and it features 3 cameras.
Where y'all going?
Let me show you a quick video about what Apple did this week in their announcement. Watch this.
This is iPhone 11, the next generation of iPhone, and it is jam-packed with great new capabilities in an incredible new design.
iPhone 11 has a beautiful anodized aluminum glass design. And the glass that surrounds the camera has a sculpted 3D geometry, and it was precision milled down from a single piece of glass to achieve this elegant look. iPhone 11 comes in 6 new colors with an all-new purple, white, yellow, green, black, and product red.
All right. Apple, one of the largest corporations in the world, They've introduced so many phones. Do you think this is big news?
Yeah, we were right away saying, I'm a yellow. Like going over here, which one we are. Like that's it.
What color are you,
nail it.
CJ?
Black. I'm always black.
You're always black. Ooh. I'm going to explain. Yeah, no, that joke's
Hopefully
too
you're not.
easy. I've been too criticized for those kind of jokes. This big news? Anybody else?
I mean, everyone's going to get one,
I'm just
right?
upset because I just got the stupid XS and whatever, and now you have a damn new iPhone.
right?
It's freaking annoying.
This is
And
what I
I
was
bet
gonna
the
say.
camera's still not as good as those Samsung.
Apple is the smartest people on
Yes,
the
they
planet.
are.
But I do like
Here's
Apple,
why.
You know.
Gallup poll, midsummer, did a poll. They polled, I think, 15,000 people all over the world. Gallup did it not only in the U.S., but all over the world. Your smartphone, I'm holding a smartphone. I'm watching you, America, as you comment on us and say wonderful and sometimes not so wonderful things in our string. 76% of all people in the Gallup said one thing about their smartphone as their most important feature. What was it?
Camera.
The camera. Apple's introducing 3 views where you can choose instantaneously or all 3 simultaneously in terms of taking pictures.
Yeah,
hope
but then
it's
next
good as
they're
this
gonna
What
one.
about low lighting?
But
What about low lighting?
That's just for now. Next thing's going to be 4 views, then 5 views.
And by
6
the way,
views.
Into
the
your
new
soul.
battery is purported to be 11 to 12 hours. in
Wow.
the
Like,
charge.
had I even lived with it, like
12
5 minutes with it. Live with
until
it.
it's out of date and they bring out a new phone, and then it's not going to work at all.
Welcome to America. Okay, let's move on to our next headline. Felicity Huffman, oh dear, the desperate housewives are really desperate now. She's going to jail for 2 weeks. The question here is not really about Huffman. Is the question about celebrity white privilege. What do y'all think? Let's show you a real quick little video about what happened with Felicity.
Actress Felicity Huffman received 14 days behind bars. She was also fined $30,000 and must perform 250 hours of community service.
Felicity Huffman stared straight ahead as she left the courthouse with her husband, actor William H. Macy. She's a convicted felon now. In court, Huffman told the judge, her voice shaking, "I'm deeply sorry. I've inflicted more damage than I could ever imagine." She said her daughter told her, "I don't know who you are anymore." Prosecutors argued she should spend 30 days in prison for paying $15,000 to have her daughter's SAT answers corrected. A message must be sent, they said in court, and imprisonment is the only way to send that message. The judge agreed, telling Huffman, "You paid your dues, you can rebuild your life." In a statement released after sentencing, Huffman said, "I accept the court's decision today without reservations. There are no excuses or justifications for my actions, period."
Okay, well, of course we know a very famous white celebrity woman, rich. So we know what the conclusion is. But we're putting up another slide here. Give you a comparison of what Felicity Huffman did and the fine, and Tanya McDowell. She lied about the school district she lived in, and she was sentenced to 5 years in jail. She was different than Felicity Huffman. She wasn't rich, and she wasn't white. What do y'all think?
Okay, I know a lot of people are going to, just like on my post when I posted this, a lot of people are going to have a lot of passionate answers. Just for everybody who is going to, all the critics, Tanya McDowell did in fact have a little bit of a different circumstance in the fact that she had a rap sheet in the first place, along with the fact that at the same time that she had gotten arrested, the same year, she had also gotten arrested for prostitution and for drugs. However, her sentences for the prostitution and the drugs were separate, and they ran concurrent with her 5-year sentence for this situation. I think the bigger question, the bigger situation is the racial disparity in our criminal justice system. For example, take the case of Brock Turner, the student who was convicted for sexual assault of a girl, and he was sentenced to 6 months incarceration to be followed by 3 years probation, and then he was released in 3 months. And that was for rape. And she was sentenced to 5 years for lying to a school district. So in this country, we definitely have a problem with the fairness when it comes to our justice system.
Other thoughts on Huffman's sentencing?
I am excited for the SNL sketch where we get to see Aunt Becky and Lynette Scavo in prison together doing a pillow fight, talking about their kids or something. We all know it's coming.
But hold on, do you think she's actually going to like a real prison?
No.
She's going to be in like some hotel somewhere where she can't leave her room for 2 weeks.
She gets to go to
prison for vacation.
Her lawyer,
Martha
her
Stewart,
attorney,
West
her
Virginia.
attorney actually argued for. She is only in prison for 2 weeks, and already her attorney argued that she should get a sunbathing privileges on Saturdays.
Her
and
vitamin D
Sundays.
could go deficient power.
You can sunbathe in the yard, honey. You can lay out there. They'll play volleyball over
My
you.
last
wouldn't it?
curiosity about Huffman's sentence. Does this destroy her career? Will we see her
No.
on movies or
No, this is
television?
going to give her street
Gonna
cred
get
like it
That's
does to the
right.
rappers.
That's
Come
right.
on.
Martha Stewart?
No.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
hanging
Make
out
her
with
bigger.
Snoop
Hey,
Dogg.
what is it to
Come
Martha
on.
Stewart? Martha Stewart is herself now. She doesn't have to put on a face to pretend to be somebody else. She gets to be a bitch and we
Right.
love her
It's the
for
gang.
it.
Everyone should go to jail.
Felicity Huffman is an incredible.
I'm not sure I want you on a
She's
seat
an
anymore.
incredible actress. She's phenomenal, and I think that the roles are going to still keep coming despite this.
Yeah.
Yeah, she'll be in the next series of Orange is the New Black or something.
There you go.
Well, they finished it.
You know what I mean? She'll just walk, hey, girl.
All right, let's move out of our headlines, and we want to tell you about one of our favorite destinations in the country. That's Key West. And an event, this is
Fun place
mid-September,
to go.
and Halloween is coming. And in Key West, one of the best Halloween celebrations in America is called Fantasy Fest. And we've prepared something for you. Watch this about Key West Fantasy Fest.
It's exciting. That looks really fun.
Hey, before we return to Key West, Coco Montrese is just tuned into the show. We want to say hello, Coco. Just a little while ago, we were talking about you and how excited we are about your new show in Las Vegas. Congratulations to you. Now, Fantasy Fest in Key West, we want to introduce you to our guest tonight, our special guest, David Quinones.
Welcome.
David.
Thank you for having me.
David is the executive director here in South Florida of a gay social club called the Gay Vista Social Club. And it's a very interesting organization because it has lots and lots of members. They do lots of events. They travel. They have social parties. They have mixers, mingles. And it got us watching them in why does this exist today? And David, welcome to It's Happening Out.
Thank you so much.
Tell us a little bit about what you do at the Gay Vista Social Club.
So we do everything. Basically, it's a nonprofit organization. We do weekly programs and events geared towards gay, bisexual, and queer men. And the mission is all about building friendships, social engagement, and meeting new people. When we were founded about 3 years ago, at that time, there wasn't really a group or an organization outside of the digital world where you can meet people face to face. If there was political, there was networking, there's organizations for HIV awareness and education, but there wasn't a place where you can just go and say, I want to make a friend.
Yeah.
Unless you go to...
And your social club doesn't necessarily live in a gay bar.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah. Well, what kinds of things do you do?
Most of our events, when we originally started, were to do things not at a club and not at a bar. And it was, whether we do a movie night at someone's house, or we go on a camping retreat, or we, do a pool party or something. The idea is to be out and about in the community, not just at clubs and bars, because there's a whole world out there of things to see and do.
Now, you at the Gay Vista Social Club here in South Florida, Dade, Broward, Palm Beach County, you have a gigantic Facebook page. How many people follow you?
Right now, we're at about over 1,300.
1,300 members for the club. You do some traveling also, besides Key West, which we'll talk about in a moment. Sure. You went to Gay Days, I understand.
Yes. We went to Gay Days. We had an amazing time. So I kind of like packaged the whole deal together where we got to go to the Parliament House. We got to do some of the pool parties. We went to the theme parks. So it's kind of like a package deal. And then our first original retreat was a gay camping weekend where we got to rent out a whole log cabin, so to speak, and we all stayed together. And we, did an outdoor movie. We did a bonfire. We went hiking. Clothing optional pool. Anything can happen.
I'm sorry, did you say clothing optional pool?
I was not.
That's the selling point.
Wait.
When the lights go out, things happen.
They went to Vitambi, which is a great campground.
Oh, it's a lovely
place. To the 45,000 members that are at the Sawmill Camping Resort, I have to give a shout out to my friends at Sawmill. What caught our attention, the Gay Vista Social Club, is it's unusual to us to have an organization like this. Tell us how you're seeming to thrive in a time where everyone is saying, what's the need to be gay or have any gay organization? Why are you successful?
Well, I think it takes a lot of creativity and drive. I mean, the number one compliment that I get is, how do you do it? Like, we have an event every single week. I mean, just to plan one event a month for some is that takes a lot of work, but to come up with something new and fresh every week. I mean, I just had an event last night called Single Soiree, and it was a speed dating, game night, and cocktail hour mixed together. And instead of just sitting across the table and talking to meet somebody, you're playing Jeopardy or Wheel of Fortune or whatever, and it's the same concept of getting to know somebody, but in a fun, game-like type manner. So it's just coming up with fresh ideas and ways to keep people involved, and people seem to be interested in that. People have met their partners at our events. People have broken up with their partners at events as well. We've had people who meet and get married. We've had people who come from out of town and they're like, I don't know anybody here, and they come to our event, and now next time they come back and visit, they have a group of friends when they come back to South Florida.
Speaking of all of these events, we have a slide for you. The Gay Vista Social Club is going to Fantasy Fest in Key West. A large group of them are going down to Key West for Fantasy Fest. Fantasy Fest is a weekend of fun and parties. The entire city turns into a Halloween theme. Duval Street, they have closes. They have a big parade, lots of fun, and a big group of you are going down to Halloween and Fantasy Fest. Tell us a little about that.
So we're partnered up with HappeningOut.travel. So this is our first trip. I haven't been to Fantasy Fest since 2001. I was involved with my fraternity. I got my nickname there. 15 straight guys all in one house. I got slapped by a...
What fraternity?
Fiji, Phi Gamma Delta.
Okay. Sigma Chi.
Watch out, Al's coming, frat.
I even got slapped by one of my straight fraternity brothers who I guess assumed he was gay, and he's like, how dare you cheated on me? And I'm like, what do you mean? He goes, you're denying our relationship? And it was one of those best experiences that I had, and it was my first experience on a retreat in Miami. So now, these 18 years later, it's like I have that opportunity to do that with my group. And we're going to be doing the block party, the pool parties, obviously the Bud Light Parade, which is very famous. And for people who've never been, I'm like, it's like if you take Mardi Gras and Halloween and kind of just throw it all together. Fewer clothes.
Fewer clothes at Mardi Gras and Halloween.
Setting. I mean, it's one of those experiences that you can't miss. And we already have about almost over 25 people already ready to go on this trip.
Excellent. David, I'm curious. So Gay Vista Social Club exists here in South Florida. Are you aware? Are there social clubs like this in other communities around the country? Have you heard?
So we originally started as a meetup group on the Meetup app. And this was about 3 years ago. So there was kind of a surge of social groups and social clubs, and Meetup kind of, took flight. And that's how we originally started. I haven't seen anything necessarily to the degree of how we've expanded. I mean, just in a short 3 year period time, we've gone from interest group on Meetup to a social club in someone's house to now a nonprofit organization. And we've done so little and so much in such a short amount of time. But I haven't heard of anybody. I mean, every time I go and talk to people in other cities, they're like, can you please bring it here? And then there's a lot of rural cities and even big cities like in New York, and they're like, there's nothing that compares to this. Sure, you can go to someone's house, you can go to a karaoke night at a bar, but it's different when you're going with 20 or 30 people who all have the same interests and want to experience that with you as well. Because my goal as an executive director is you can go see a movie at the theater with your best friend, but you're not going to have the same experience as if you go to, like, we had a birdcage themed movie night. Like, we had a drag show. So the curtain would
works
open.
almost like a fraternity then.
It's the way I compare it, coming from the fraternity world, it's a fraternity without the university.
Yeah.
You're building, brotherhood, you're building memories, because you're going to get an experience that you won't get outside
that
of our
sounds
events.
fun.
That's lovely.
Tell us how you contact the Gay Vista Social Club.
So we're available on all of our social media platforms, on our website, gvscmiami.org. We're on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, and Meetup.
Well, I have to. Anybody else have any other questions?
Fraternity on Snapchat. I don't need any more questions. I'm ready.
Right, exactly.
We keep it PG.
And we're talking about guys. Have you heard? Are there any girls' social clubs? Do you all know by chance? Are there?
I have no idea of any.
No, I haven't.
Yeah, it's called Aqua Girl.
Aqua Girl.
Yeah.
Little different.
Maybe you should start
No,
one.
it's not really a social club, but yeah, I don't know, lesbians, man. Come on, guys. Like, get with the program.
I was going to say,
you know what I'm saying?
the funny
people,
thing
not
is,
her.
David, I knew as you were talking about this, Josie's going, I want to do that.
Yeah,
I
I'm
want to do
gonna
that.
totally go hang out with the guys
Yeah.
because the girls don't.
Exactly.
You know, and
They don't wanna
I
come
have
out.
something
They don't wanna
called
come out
Dinner
and do
Social
anything.
Life, and that was like kind of the same idea, except around dinner.
I've talked with some of the people from Aqua Girl, and they're like, how do you do it? Because
I'll
the number
put you
one
in touch
question we
with
get.
Allison, okay?
I was talking with Allison actually today, and she was like, do you get women at your events? And I go, the most I've ever had is 4 women at an event. They're like, why?
Yeah.
And I remember one was a lesbian couple, and they came in and they go, you guys are amazing.
Yeah.
But where's the girls? And we go, originally it's open to anyone. Anyone can attend our event, whether
It's like
you're
always the
trans or
question.
straight or lesbian or anything. It's just they don't come. And I think it's maybe it's the mentality of the fraternity system.
mentality.
But we've never had more than 4
Yeah.
girls attend.
Well, to America, we bring the Gay Vista Social Club to your attention. Of course, if you're not here in South Florida, you can't take advantage of the events. But we encourage you. We thought this was a fascinating social concept in our gay community. And we're always pursuing gay culture and our gay community. So just Google your city and a gay social club, and you'll find if there are organizations like this in your community, like here in South Florida. David, we thank you very much for being with us tonight, and you help us propel the message that we tell all of America and people all around the world. We are broadcasting from the gayest place on planet Earth, and the Gay Vista Social Club helps prove that once again. And we wish you all the fun in the world at Fantasy Fest in Key West. Thank you very much
Can't wait
for
to
being
come to
with
some
us
of your
tonight.
events.
So much.
So thank you, David Quinones.
And I'll see
David,
you guys
take
at the
a
next
moment.
event.
Right, take a moment to sit here because we want to move on to a new subject, a topic that we want to talk about tonight about swing state politics. There's a lot going on in terms of what is happening in swing states, especially in the gay community. And we have had a situation, for example, DragCon took place a few weeks ago, and they invited people to, politicians, to do a welcome at DragCon. And look at one of the welcomes that took place. Watch this.
Hello, DragCon. It's Elizabeth Warren, and thank you so much for inviting me to be a part of this special weekend. And thank you, Headcount and Swing Left, for joining in to help make sure everyone is ready to register to vote. This is how we fight for our values. If you're not registered, get registered. If you're not sure, double check. Even if you're really sure, it never hurts to triple check. When we make our voices heard, when we get into the fight, we win. I'm in this fight for an America that works for everyone, not just for a thinner and thinner slice at the top. I'm in this fight for full LGBTQ plus equality. We've got a lot of work to do to make sure that everyone is free to be who they are and to love who they love. A record number of trans Americans were killed last year, disproportionately trans women of color. We need to call it out and we need to fight back. Everyone should be able to go to school, to work, to get health care, or just walk down the street without fear of discrimination or violence. Equal means equal, period. And that's what I'm fighting for. And I'm honored to fight by your side. I hope you all have a fabulous time at DragCon, and I'm counting on you to keep making your voices heard. Thank you and persist.
Well, congratulations to Elizabeth Warren. Interesting to me of what you heard the host in terms of leading candidates for them. The candidates reaching out to the gay community, especially in the swing states.
And that's where we need it.
We are broadcasting to you from the top swing state in America. The way Florida goes is likely the way the election is going to go. What do you think about what these politicians are doing in terms of trying to court the gay vote? Any thoughts?
I think that it's incredible for them to be getting in front of more people. However you can, whoever you can be in front of, it helps for others in the community to see you in whatever light. If you've never been to a drag event, then everyone at this event for the first time gets to see you as someone that treats them as an equal. And it's important for your politicians to see you as an equal. So the more events that they can get to, kudos to Elizabeth Warren and everyone else that rejected that invitation. I think that was a bold move.
But I hope it's not just for the numbers. I hope it's not just, oh, well, we need, now the LGBTQ
What do you
community.
think? Okay, that's a wish. But what do you think is happening? Are they doing it just for the numbers, or are they really committed?
Well, now our community is such a big mainstream event, like everyone knows about gay pride, drags on TV. It's now popular to be associated with LGBTQ communities.
Obviously, it's not that popular. Only Elizabeth Warren came.
But Sky, my question.
Well, and Buttigieg is gay, so he wears it.
Yeah, and right, he wears the badge.
No, but
my question to you is: you exhibit a wish that they're genuine. Do you think they are being genuine when they speak out for gay issues and gay rights?
I'm not sure, because Hillary Clinton did the same thing. She hated us for so long until she ran for president, and then she was so far in the gay community saying...
Now wait, your observation
that's my view.
Is the Republican argument. It's the Republican argument. The Republicans say that Donald Trump is the most pro-gay president in history.
But we already know that's a lie. Right. We already know that's a lie.
But to this exact same point, are we watching pandering or are we watching new support of our community? That's the question.
I think that's exactly the point. You constantly remind us, Al, that all it's going to take, if they took 13% of the gay community and shifted 13% of us to vote blue, then we would take this election, right?
Yes.
This is what we're talking about. Maybe they're getting that data now and they're applying it to their campaign. I'm just like, listen, guys, if this is just because, like you said, Starlet, are we trending at the moment? So you guys realize that we're a powerful piece to the society and a voting bloc? I mean, we got to really dig deeper. It's not going to be just a quick response to this. We got to really see their commitment. Trump did it, and we see his commitment.
Going back down quickly before, I don't care if it's just because there's numbers there. We were all just saying a moment ago, we need somebody to step up to beat Satan. Who cares why if it happens?
It's an interesting observation. We were talking about Jerry Falwell and the moral majority and liberty's rise to power in the late 80s and 90s. They did not care if you were Christian or not. The only thing they cared about was their political power. I wonder if we got more aggressive in that thinking, we would actually do better.
Machiavelli.
We don't care if
the Republican Party is out there scouting people from birth. We need to be doing that as a liberal, whatever party you're a part of as a liberal.
To piggyback on what my sis said, are they doing it because we are the in thing right now, or are they doing it because they really are genuine about our success? I would say to America, to gay America, actions speak louder than words. So no matter what they say, look at what they do, not what they're talking about. Look at what they do.
Okay. It's a very good point. I want to bring DJ Citizen Jane back directly into the conversation by telling you this special event that It's Happening Out will be doing on October 13th. Hialeah here in Dade County in South Florida is going to be hosting the second Hialeah Pride, a very interesting pride.
Yeah.
And, DJ Citizen Jane is one of the co-founders of Hialeah Pride. And of course, again, we welcome you, of course, here to It's Happening Out. We're very excited about broadcasting. We're going to broadcast live starting at 6 o'clock on October 13th Tell us a little bit about what you're going to do at Hialeah Pride.
Well, this year we're super excited. We're going to have a wedding being performed at Hialeah Pride at the fourth most conservative city in the U.S.
Hey.
We want to kind of push the envelope and like give somebody the opportunity to get married in Hialeah, in that city, and we're going to take care of their honeymoon. So we're getting a lot of submissions in. We got tons of them. We still have a chance to keep submitting them until September 26th, and we will be choosing it and announcing it in that afternoon.
Oh my God! So America, you guys need to submit to this. You'll have a whole wedding, a whole everything,
whole
though.
shebang.
Honeymoon. That's the whole
On
package.
stage.
So it's like a wedding contest. Is that what you're
Yes,
saying?
but you get the opportunity to get married on stage with all your friends, with
We're gonna
everything.
broadcast
And
it
we're
live.
taking care of the honeymoon in Key West at the Alexanders.
Oh my God!
Awesome.
Awesome.
I love the Alexander.
I'm curious. Hialeah Pride fascinated me because America, most everybody in America thinks that we are the blue in South Florida, and pretty much we are. Gayest place on planet Earth. Hialeah is about 25 miles from here, and most people don't know Hialeah is the fourth most conservative city in America. USA Today says.
Crazy.
There are 3 cities ahead of Hialeah are all in Texas, and Hialeah is number 4. Hialeah principally probably gets that distinction because it is the predominant Cuban-American community in Dade County, and there have been quite a bit of issue through the years about Republicans and Democrats, gay and straight, and last year when you made this decision to do Hialeah and bring a pride to the 4th most conservative community in America, what kind of response did you get from the city?
Well, we first went to speak to the mayor at City Hall, and we got a little bit of, we never spoke to him personally. They never let us get through to him. It was a little bit of a pushback. They told us it's a red state. I come from a Cuban background. My parents are Democrat. Even though they're Cubans, they're not with the other stigma of all the other Cubans. My father actually thinks that's ridiculous thinking, even though he's a political prisoner from Castro's time. So, but I grew up in that, and I'm about, I'm totally about being free and everybody having the same thing. And I grew up in Hialeah. When I came out of the closet, I had to leave because there was nothing there for me. So I said, I'm going to come back to that city, and I'm going to make some changes. And it's time for a change.
And your sister here is from the same community?
Hialeah, my legs in the house.
I don't know if anybody else here actually grew up in Miami. Did you grow up in Miami?
No.
In Hialeah.
Yeah, in Hialeah.
You grew up in Hialeah? Okay. For those of us that actually grew up in Miami, it's a big deal. Like, this is a big deal to have pride in Hialeah.
Yeah.
Because Hialeah has always been that city that's just not having it when it comes to gays.
Just not having
Yeah,
Not
so
having it.
this is, hats off to you. Round of applause.
It's really
It's a
amazing.
really big deal.
Woo!
Yeah.
That's and Citizen Jane, that's one of the things that fascinated me about Hialeah Pride. This will be the 2nd year you've
Yes.
done it. How many are you expecting?
Double. Last year was our first year. We had a little bit over 6,000. So
Awesome.
this, we weren't
So you're
expecting
expecting
that. So
12,000
Yes.
this year for Hialeah Pride.
Well, I know they're all going to come out and see it.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm
yeah. We're
excited
going.
too.
Are you
Here.
kidding me?
Want to see you there.
I think you better plan for more than 12,000. I would
Hopefully.
triple
Yeah.
that.
Hopefully.
Woo!
Today, after doing Hialeah Pride the first time, and now as you approach October 13th for your 2nd Pride in the 4th most conservative city in America, what kind of response are you getting from the city now after you've done it once?
Well, the mayor did show up to our Pride that day, and he's
awesome.
been very supportive. He's super excited. He's super happy.
Wow.
So we have commissioners that are coming in that want to meet with us. One of the senators from Hialeah wanted to meet with us, so they were they're all excited about this.
Yeah.
That's exactly what a pride is for, is to really
Exactly.
change opinions, to change families' opinions, to change politicians' opinions, and to let people that are coming understand that who they are is important and it's okay. It's great to have naked partying and dancing, but you're really making a difference in what pride means.
Well,
We joined the Chamber of Commerce of Hialeah, which they're super excited about what's going on and what we're doing in the city, and they spread the word everywhere, which is what I wanted. I wanted that word spread everywhere in Hialeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
love
Citizen Jane, I hope you'll be able to share your participation in It's Happening Out tonight. We're coming, and we're going to come loud and proud
Yes,
to
that's what we
Hialeah
want.
on October 13th. We're going to broadcast to the entire nation live from Hialeah. What is so exciting to me personally about this, I wasn't there last year. I had just come to the South Florida community. I have Wilton Drive here. Chef Josie is on the drive of the gayest place on planet Earth. It is so amazing to me that just 25 miles away is one of the most conservative places in America. And because of that, you've had a unique challenge. Many prides around the country, I've been to, hundreds of prides, they are parties. They're just a celebration of party. Yours is an event to say we're standing up for our community.
Exactly.
When you did that the first time and you finished that first Pride last year, through all of the adversity you faced, how did you feel in terms of the accomplishment that you had?
I felt great. I feel that there's still a little more that needs to be done, which is why, we're going to continue it. And it's not just of Hialeah Pride. I want to eventually open up a center there for the youth, because there is a lot of LGBTQ youth there, and that's my goal, like within the next couple of years with our nonprofit, which is Future Bright Minds, because we do give a scholarship to the underprivileged youth with what we make, out of our, Hialeah Pride profits. So that's my goal. I want to do more movement within the city of Hialeah, not just a one-day event, but, continued. It's a city that I grew up in all my life, so I just want to make sure that nobody has to go through what I went through when I lived in that city.
Sorry, go ahead.
Jane, I think it's just commendable what you're doing. I understand why the community loves you so much. It's so easy when you're feeling outcast or when you feel like your community doesn't support you to just find a different community to leave. But to actually sit there and try to help people to understand who you are, to make a difference, to be there in the grassroots effort and actually be involved there to make a difference, that takes such an effort. Congratulations, kudos. I can't say enough to that. That's incredible.
And just so you know, now you have a sister in this, okay? Because I didn't realize that you guys, the first time I heard about the Hialeah Pride, I didn't realize that you had such deep roots in Hialeah. I have deep roots in Hialeah. I can really help. And so you can count me in, okay?
And to your point, that's the reason why you being here tonight as a guest host, and it's happening going to broadcast the show to the country on October 13th is so important. Wilton Manors is the gayest place on planet Earth. We don't need acceptance here. We have it. Hialeah is a conservative community, and you're battling the conservative nature to educate.
Yep.
There are people watching this show all over the country. There is some young gay guy or girl sitting in some small town in Nebraska or Montana right now going, wait, maybe I could start a pride in my community. I could be Hialeah Pride.
And that's exactly the message that I want to give out to the youth, that I want them to go ahead and in their cities, go ahead and do that. I'm always, when I DJ at Prides, I always give that message to the youth because they're our future. I want them to, they're getting bullied. I want them to stand up and not be afraid and just do it. I mean, if I can do it, they can do it. I mean,
well, we weren't with you on day one, but we're going to be with you on year 2 for sure.
Yeah,
super
Tune
excited.
in on October 13th at 6 p.m. We're going to broadcast a live gay wedding at a Pride event in the 4th most conservative city in America.
Woo!
Yes.
It's like Cuba.
It's like broadcasting
It is.
from
It is like
Cuba,
Cuba.
like Havana. Yes,
We were in
absolutely.
Cuba.
That'll be a good time then, for
Hopefully
sure.
with better results.
Yeah, that's a good joke. That's a very good joke. Last thing, I can't let us get away from Hialeah Pride by not recognizing the other co-founder. I must get in. Her name is
Karen Larrea.
And her relationship with you is?
She's my girlfriend.
Your girlfriend. I'm curious. I mentioned this to you before the show. It is rather unusual. Sometimes they're co-chairmen, but it's rather unusual that women start a Pride event and continue furthering a Pride event. It's much more obviously common for the guys to do it. What's your experience been like being a girl doing it?
We're both badasses. She's sitting over there.
I love the word badass.
She's
by
more
the
of a
way.
badass
I'm
than
sitting
me.
next to one.
I'm the more politically
What?
correct.
Excuse me. Wow.
Okay.
But
How's that word?
she doesn't take no for an answer. She's a go-getter. And once I spoke to her about this, she was very passionate about it, just because the fact that it's the 4th most conservative city. She's about making a difference, and she's a humanitarian, and she's like, I'm all the way with this. And she's a go-getter, and that's, we're great partners, and we don't take bullshit, so we keep going forward.
Yeah. Well, congratulations to both of you. I know on behalf of everyone connected with the show, we're very proud to partner with you and help promote this event. So again, America Watch, 6 p.m., October 13th, as we broadcast live from Hialeah Pride.
Yeah.
It's going to be an amazing event, and we are really happy that you're here with us tonight.
And for the locals, where do they go to learn more information about Hialeah Pride, where it's being held, and how?
At www.hialeahpride.com. We have all the information there. And this year we have Julio Iglesias Jr. as one of our headliners.
Oh!
So
Dale.
he's about to go on his tour. He's gorgeous. If you haven't seen him,
All of
so-
my friends here, Wilk Manor and Fort Lauderdale, said, what? That's great. Congratulations to you. So we're going to be there, and we're going to be proud, and we're going to stand up right with you. And we thank you for being here with us tonight. America, that is our show for tonight. We hope you've enjoyed it. It has been exciting. I congratulate everybody, and thank you for watching us. We had a milestone. We congratulate Napoleon again for an outstanding job that he did last week.
Yes.
Fun time,
and
everybody.
he comes in at like week 50 and breaks my all-time record and all of our records. So you're done. All right. So as always, we end our show. We start the top of the show with drinking. You drink a lot of shots. I
did.
Happened to notice. And we end our show with some food, and we bring in Thomas from Jet's Pizza. Hello,
Hey,
Thomas. I haven't seen you for a couple of weeks. How have you been?
Pretty good.
Now you are actually America. We get asked this all the time. We get asked. Thomas is like an actor or something. He is not a real person that delivers for Jet's Pizza. Jet's Pizza. You're a real delivery guy, right?
Yeah, I actually really do deliver. For
It's
both
a
locations.
it's a full-time job.
Yeah,
You
full-time
deliver. Wow, that's awesome. I'm curious, here in Wilton Manors in Fort Lauderdale, the gayest place on planet Earth, we've identified your kind of all over the board. We've kind of identified that. I've explored, and that's as, yeah, okay.
Yeah, we're really scared of what that exploration entails.
No, right. Well, my question is going to be, does anybody recognize you when you're delivering your pizza and you knock on the door and Thomas shows up and it's like, oh, you're the guy.
They'll be like, hey, you're the guy from It's Happening Out.
Yeah, really?
Like, yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It's
All right.
awesome. I get a lot. Like I get to see a lot of big tips.
Do you?
Tips.
I'm sorry, what? All right, big what?
A lot of big tips.
Tips. Oh, I got it. All right, real good.
No
All
one
right.
heard that.
So if you're in
Tips.
Fort Lauderdale, order from Jet's Pizza. It's a great pizza, and ask for Thomas. Can you ask for you? No.
Sure, why not?
Yeah, all right. Well, we'll see how that goes. And if you do, if Thomas shows up at your
I'm his
door,
new manager.
tip
You can contact me.
All right, good seeing you, Thomas. All right, so that's our show, America. We hope you've enjoyed it. We're going to say goodnight. And as always, we ask all of the hosts to say goodnight and any message that they would like. And we'll start with my friend Power Infinity.
Good night, children. Keep watching, keep engaging, because like I always say, we've come very, very far, but we still have miles to go before we sleep.
And my friend Chef Josie.
Good night, superheroes. I'll be thinking of you all on Saturday while I am walking a 3K race for foster kids here in South Florida.
Awesome.
But I just want to say it's so important that you continue to remain at this table. The conversations we're having are so important, and they include you.
Yeah, absolutely. And my host from last week, Napoleon Plays.
Well, it seems that I got a proposal during the segment to promote the contest for it. So, unfortunately, Joe Brookman, my answer is no, I won't marry you. But to everyone else, please do submit to the contest. I can't wait to meet the lucky winner of this fantastic event and honeymoon.
And to my friend who I have growing respect for.
Yeah.
And that is
Thank you.
Well, it's not me.
I appreciate
Charlotte
that.
Sky.
I appreciate that. Good night, everybody. Be good, and if you can't be good, video it. OnlyFans is trending. OnlyFans is trending.
And to the co-founder and host of Hialeah Pride coming up, and of course, that is DJ Citizen Jane.
Good night, everyone. Remember, life is a party, so get up and dance. Do what you got to do.
Yeah.
America, you're watching It's Happening Out, and we are very proud. We search for gay culture and gay community, and we think we're resonating. last week, under the tutelage of Napoleon Plays and all of these wonderful people, we hit an all-time record. 556,745 of you watched It's Happening Out.
It's incredible.
We thank you very much. It's quite incredible. And remember, if it's important to you, we're here every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Tune in to America's most popular live gay talk show. It's Happening Out. Good night, America.